Hey guys, welcome to the second edition of Trading Bitcoin with your host Tone Vase for whatever day today is. What is it? The 30th. So this is the 30th of May, and thank you for joining once again. So it is about almost 5 o'clock in New York, 5 p.m. I am, of course, in Bulgaria. Was at the speakers dinner earlier today. Really wish I got home like 30 minutes ago. I could have got home earlier. I was just hanging out at the speakers dinner. Not going out tonight. I actually have to moderate a big panel tomorrow, the VC panel. So it's going to be good. All right, let's go to screen share. Not many announcements. I'll get back to this, but hey, the registration for the carnivory dinner in Amsterdam, here it is. So if you want to join Jimmy Song and I at the carnivory dinner, seats are limited. Probably 15 people, maybe 20 people will be maximum. Great networking event. Go ahead and register. The seats will probably go quick. So check that out. Okay. I got a video I want to play for you guys, but that's later. Let's look at Bitcoin. Maybe I'll look at traditional markets too. So this is a 10-minute chart, and I drew this red line right before I headed off for this dinner. Now I'm back from dinner. If I extend this line, okay, these were the lows, right? Right here, well, hindsight is always 2020 and the perfect trade, right? So those of you that have watched my channel enough, you guys know that I'm a big believer of shorting the breakdown of support and going long the breakout of resistance. I'm a big fan of the continuation trade. Now, the first attempt at the continuation trade was right here. Now, this is a very extended candle, and therefore it's not the best of candidates for that continuation trade because it's an extended candle. Even if you took this short trade, your stop loss should not have been hit because there's no way you would set a stop loss below the moving averages and probably below these swing highs. Now, this is just a 10-minute chart, and you can see there was a 9 sequential on a 10-minute chart. So if you're using the sequential for no other reason than to give you structure into entries, exits, and stop losses, then you had a beautiful short trade on a red 2 following a red 1 following the 9. What made this even more interesting is the fact that you broke the 10-minute setup trend line, and once you broke prior supports for the second time, it just accelerated down. So the time to short clearly wasn't on this 10-minute 4 candle. It was, let me lower the camera a little bit here. It was on this red 2 going below red 1 following the 9. The break of setup trend accelerated the downside. Now the 6 candle looked horrendous, got you below 8,400, right? 8,400 even on stamp. And now we're on a red 8, and let's see what happens on a red 9. Now the red 9 will probably not be perfected. In order for that red 9 to get perfected, it needs to fall below 8,400. Probably unlikely to fall $100 in the next, 18 minutes? But hey, anything's possible. So right now, clearly, this looks like a bit of a blow off top if you look at it on short-term time frames. Let's move this up to 1 hour. I'll keep an eye on this 9. Let's just say this is not going to be the type of 9 I would be looking to buy. To me, this is the type of 9 that will probably lead to the countdown phase, but we're also looking at a 10-minute candle. We really got to look at it on a daily candle. There was also a tipped question on the last. Oh, why did I just go to daily? This is supposed to be 1 hour. There we go. On a 1 hour scale, we broke setup trend, a support line, which is not good. We're on a 5 of 9 sequential and sorry, 5 of 9 setup. And let's see if the moving average is going to hold us up. If I go up, this is the 12-hour chart. What happened to the 4-hour chart? This should be the hourly chart. And this should be the 4-hour chart. There we go. So let's do that. Let's do that. There we go. So here's the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart looks like it has support at this moving average. Maybe. I don't know how critical these particular moving averages are, so take them with a grain of salt. It is a red 2 going below a red 1. We've just had a brand new swing low since the breakout, and the move above 9,000 next week is not looking too good at the moment. It's just not. You do have support right here. The breakout area is support. But if Bitcoin goes below 8,200, the top's probably in. Especially if it goes below 8,200 next week, not necessarily this week. I really would love to get a short trade in next week, but I needed this to be a reversal candle. And it's already not looking like a reversal candle. And then next week, I would have needed it to trade lower than the low of that candle. And if I don't get the perfect setup for the short trade, I'm not going to take it. Like, I'm only going to take the short trade if it's perfect. And it's not. Well, we'll see what happens, right? Today is Thursday. Got 3 more days to go in the weekly candle. Let's keep moving up. Well, this is the hyperwave stuff. Check out our show with Tyler from the other day. I don't do wedges, guys. I see your comment. I don't look at all the comments. I just have whatever I look over and I see something. I don't do wedges. I don't care for wedges. I don't draw wedges. I don't look at wedges. It's not my style of trading. I personally think that wedges are too subjective. Wedges do not give me good entries, exits, stop losses. I personally find wedges to be a terrible trading tool, and I don't use it. If you like it, go for it. No, I'm not stopping you. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, guys, so there's nothing for me to tell you. I'm not going to make shit up. Okay, so let's go to the monthly chart. I drew these arrows earlier today. I just keep an eye on that. Go watch the video earlier today. So what was that comment on a monthly chart from yesterday? Hold on a second, guys. Let me. Something about a 1 to 4 month correction. Let me see. What's the probability that the monthly chart of Bitcoin is simply on a 1 to 4 month correction based on TD? Well, TD never hit a 9 to the downside on a monthly scale. Therefore, I can't say this is on a 1 to 4 month correction to the upside and then lower. Now, I don't want to cherry pick time intervals, but those that use 31-day charts, and I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea. And even if you use a 31-day chart, which looks absolutely beautiful in sequential land, probably a 32-day chart would look even better. It'll move the 9 over. If I use a, I'm curious. If I use a 32-day chart, what happens? Ah, damn it, it did move it over. It did move the 9 over. I tried. All right. For those of you that kept talking to me about a 31-day chart, that one did top on a 9 and it bottomed on a 9 as well, or right after the 9. Now, can this be on a 1 to 4 candle correction and then more downside? Well, the answer is no, because we've already gone beyond 1 to 4 candle correction after this 9. So even on this metric, which I don't really, as nice as it looks, I wouldn't use it. I would stick to the traditional monthly chart. Now, this didn't make it to a 9. So I can't say that it's on a 1 to 4 candle correction. That only applies following 9s. So the monthly chart is bullish, and we'll see what happens. Oh, I got a tip. Thank you, Krunel. Do you expect Bitcoin dominance to grow with Bitcoin going higher and alts going down, or Bitcoin and alts both go down, but alts go down more than Bitcoin? So Bitcoin dominance will rise as well. Okay, so let's talk about Bitcoin dominance for a second. There is what's happening, there is what I want to happen, and then there is what I think will happen. Those are three very different things, right? What I want to happen doesn't necessarily have to be that way. Here is Bitcoin dominance by percent. Okay, as you can see, the Bitcoin dominance by percent topped a few weeks ago and is now came back down to support. So Bitcoin dominance has been decreasing, since the bubble top. Okay. Now, let's talk about what I want to happen. I want shitcoins to go to 0 and Bitcoin dominance to go back to 100% where it should be. Okay. What I want, I'm probably not going to get. Okay. I would also, someone is asking me again when 1300. I don't, whenever you want it to be, it's kind of irrelevant, right? I would love to buy Bitcoin at 1300. I'm probably not going to get the chance. It'd be nice, not going to get the chance. Okay. So people are saying, I wish I knew you last year. Those that have been following me since 2016 know exactly what's up, because all throughout most of 2016 and all the first half of 2017, I was one of the biggest bulls while everybody else was panicking. And my price targets first were not met to the upside and then overmet then after. Okay, let's talk about Bitcoin dominance some more. Right now, I see shitcoins rising with Bitcoin. And that tells me that this industry is not maturing. It tells me that there's too many stupid people in Bitcoin, in crypto, and we are either blowing another stupid bubble, or this is a fake rally and we're going to go sub 3,000. I don't know which one this is. Now, what can happen from here? Well, people could get smarter, get out of shit coins, and when they get out of shit coins, they will move into Bitcoin. That can drive Bitcoin to new all-time highs from here without any significant corrections. Do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. I think that if Bitcoin has a serious correction of 40 to 50%, while not going lower than sub 3,000, it's possible that the shitcoins can take a giant nosedive lower. It also depends if the SEC can nail, the Kick CEO and get him in serious trouble legally. Okay. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with the story of Kick, I am happy to remind you with another of Tone Vases, I told you so. There's many, and there will be many more. So if you go to my home, always does that. If you go to my profile on Twitter, you can see right here. When the hell did I tweet this out? I tweeted out over 2 years ago now, May 26, 2017, about how Kick and its CEO, Ted Livingston, are breaking security laws. And he'll probably, and I said he'll probably get arrested. So here's an article from TechCrunch. Kick proposed coin Kin, that is apparently short for kinship or whatever, created on top of Ethereum ERC20. Kick is an early stage of drawing. Basically, they created an illegal security in the form of money. No different than Ripple, no different than Ethereum itself. The difference is Kick was already a legal company, a US company, I believe. And to me, this was very similar to what Steve Madden got arrested for back in 2002. And the story of Steve Madden was featured on the movie Wolf of Wall Street. So go ahead and watch the movie. You can also review these tweets that I did. And you can see right there, stupid bag holders are calling me butthurt for being absolutely right that they were an illegal security. And the SEC is going after them for it. 2 years too late. But hey, they're finally doing it, right? So if this can happen to them, this can happen to every ICO, okay? So, and I reminded them of this, by the way, apparently a year ago, when, here, this is great. This was actually excellent. So a year after doing their stupid ICO, the CEO of Kick realized how useless blockchains are for ICOs. So they raised for a blockchain project, and then he finds out you don't need a blockchain, right? And they still keep all the money. Like this guy has done so many illegal and shady things that I wouldn't be surprised if he does get arrested for it. And I pointed this out. Very few people pointed it out, but look, it's there. I mean, this is what happens when you try to scam investors, and it was so obvious. That's exactly what they were doing. So send out another tweet a year later. If only someone could have seen this coming a year earlier. And now, so that was an I told you so a year ago. And here's an I told you so recently, that what you did, Mr. Ted Livingston, is illegal. If you can't run a profitable company, don't try to get more money for it in an illegal way. Okay. Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, all of these shit coins, right? Including Kin, obviously. And again, you can look at all the comments, right? It's the same people. It's the same people that were calling me an idiot back then. Same people still call me an idiot now, and I'm right way more often than I'm wrong. Let's put it that way. So, shitcoins. So the best case scenario is for the, well, I mean, the best case scenario for all of us is, of course, Bitcoin to go straight up to $100,000. However, that is an unrealistic scenario. The realistic scenario is that Bitcoin is going to pull back. And if Bitcoin pulls back and shitcoins really shit the bed, and that money starts to migrate into Bitcoin, then we can properly move back to the upside. I forgot what the question was. Right. Now, if Bitcoin goes sub 3,000, I believe shitcoins die. Most of them. Or at least die in a sense that they're irrelevant. And then Bitcoin can start to rise in an orderly fashion. Okay. That's kind of what I really don't want Bitcoin to go sub 3,000. I just think it has a realistic chance of doing it. Someone is saying, why not arrest Vitalik? I don't know. Talk to the SEC. They seem to think Ethereum is decentralized and Vitalik's a genius. Okay, so do I want to play this video? This was a good video. This is 2 weeks ago, right? Maybe I'll play it. I'll play it real quick. It's only like 2 minutes. And I want to revisit this video a little bit. So when was this filmed? This was filmed May 15th. Let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin on May 15th. It's the daily chart. So May 15th was here, right at the top, right? It was here at 8,400. It was right at this green line, right at this 9. 9 was coming in the following day. It's a video from Block TV with Joe Saz.
And we're here to discuss what's going on in recent price action. So,
awesome.
Tone,
Thanks,
tell me
Joe.
what's going on, man. I am lost right now.
Dude, I am with you. This is, it's been an unprecedented run. We had a similar run back in 2015 towards the end of the bear market, but the 2014-15 bear market was longer, it was more painful, it was deeper, and everything going on here just doesn't feel right. I have been looking for a bounce since we fell down to $4,000 around October, November. I've been looking for a bounce back to maybe 5.1, 5,100. If we overshot, I thought we could have made it up to 4.6 thousand. But after that, we went straight up. We hit.
Sorry, guys. I meant 6.4 thousand clearly in that video. I was looking for a bounce back to 5.1 for the bull trap, and my overshoot was as high as 6.4, that vicinity. Obviously, we overshot my overshoot.
At 8,400 the other day, and I don't know what's going on. Everybody I ask doesn't really know what's going on. I don't see new buyers coming in. I don't see new money coming in. It's just current money. Could be the issues at Bitfinex, issues at Tether, issues at Binance. Whatever is driving this is making me nervous. And I'm even selling off some of my HODL position because I think this is about to correct hard.
Yeah, I agree with you. Everything that's going on right now is completely unpredictable. For a second, I thought I had a grasp on things. We had a couple resistance points that were destroyed with little to no volume, and that's what started to worry me. Is we have no resistance as we move to the upside. What the heck is causing that? Is it sellers consciously pulling their sells? A lot of sleepers that just throw an order in the books to wait and let it hit. Are they starting to pull their sells, or is there something even more malicious going on? Binance closing, whatever they could be doing with as a result of the hack. I have no idea. So, we're moving up. We're in a parabolic uptrend.
I'm with you. There's never a single catalyst. It could be a little bit of all of those things. Add to it, there was enough pessimism in the market. There was enough shorts out there that had to cover, driving it up. Binance is chewing up some of the liquidity. Something is definitely going on with Tether because I could have had an explanation for this. If, for example, Bitcoin was going up to 8,000, but Tether was at a 30% discount. This would mean that Bitcoin should be at a 30%.
I mean 30% premium.
Discount. We just saw the price of Bitcoin on Bitfinex drop below the price of Bitcoin on Bitstamp. I mean, it's everything is just weird. I have no real explanation for it. I told my followers on my YouTube channel today, I almost want to take 2 weeks off because I run a daily YouTube channel. I almost want to take 2 weeks off because I just don't know what's going on right now. I'm good in orderly markets. In disorderly markets, sometimes it's better to just stay away. If you have Bitcoin and you wrote it up, great. If you didn't have Bitcoin, I am suggesting to stay patient and wait for a pullback.
Yeah, this is a chicken with its head cut off right now. I'm kind of in the same boat with you. I almost don't even like looking at the price right now because it's doing such crazy stuff. So, obviously we're going to keep bringing you the latest and greatest on the charts. but we're definitely gonna have to watch and see what happens here. So,
all right. So I don't take anything back that I said that day, right? Everything that I said then. And the thing is, the price right now is almost exactly where it was back then, right? So that was a May 15 video release. We recorded it, I think May 14th, and it released like later that day, something like that. They're in Tel Aviv, so the date could be off by a day because they're in different time zone. So anyway, the price had just hit went just under 8,400, and the price just dropped to 8,400. So the day of that video was exactly 2 weeks ago, and it was at the same price we just hit. So when I say I almost want to take 2 weeks off, if I had taken 2 weeks off, I'd be at exactly the same price. Now, a couple of days later, we hit a 900 daily. We crashed big down to 6. Tyler's clients picked up a bunch of Bitcoin here. I'm pretty sure they've all pretty much exited. I hope they set their exits just above 9,000 and they were able to get out on this wick. We'll have to find out from Tyler. And like I said at the end of that video, I said right here, stay patient, wait for a pullback. I did not believe this was the pullback that I was looking for because it happened too fast. I'm still waiting for that pullback, okay? I'm looking for a pullback, something way more orderly, and we'll see how that pullback works out. Now, the pullback hasn't officially started yet. We still have to give it some time. If the price of Bitcoin goes below 8,000, then I believe the pullback is upon us, and the most likely place for that pullback to end is somewhere between probably around, I'm guessing at least to 5. I have an open bet with Rand from Crypto Trader South Africa that the pullback is going to go below 4,500. So we'll see if I win that bet. It's a small bet, just a nice dinner. I got another question. Thank you, Fabio. Oh, how many live viewers do we have? Let's see. We're up to 1,700 viewers. Great. Hey, thank you for your donation, Fabio. Would an ETF on an established exchange be leading price discovery and make price fluctuations less severe? Crypto exchanges are an illiquid joke. That's a very good question. I don't know. See, I don't believe an ETF is going to come until there is more liquidity in the space and there's more legitimate exchanges with full regulation to where Bitcoin price discovery is way more stable. I just can't see a Bitcoin ETF until price discovery is way more stable. So they're kind of going to be one and the same. Okay. Oh, let me look at traditional markets. I'm curious how the S&P is doing. And Lyft. So here's the daily S&P, and it looks like the selling has slowed down, which is very good. Look, I want the S&P to go to, like, I think, what do we say, 2750? Like the S&P can go as low as 2600 on a daily chart. That would be like down here somewhere. I'm okay with the S&P going to 2600. I'm okay with that. And that would be a nice, pullback in the S&P before going higher. And that could give us a 9 on a weekly as well. Let's take a look at some of my favorite stocks. Oh yeah, the stocks were rounding out. Let's walk through the stocks again. Here is Amazon. Amazon has price flipped. I would not touch it right now. Here's Google. Google's on a 7 of 9. in a very bearish posture. Apple is at an 8. Not the best of 8s. I wouldn't trade it right now either. Nope, that one is flat. Tesla. All right. Tesla is not looking good. I think Tesla can actually go to a 13 on sequential. Facebook is consolidating into the death cross. That could end badly. AMD, I believe I would have said this was bullish, and I still think it is. NVIDIA, ooh. And today was dividend day. Ooh, NVIDIA. So I gotta try and remember to watch NVIDIA tomorrow. If tomorrow the stock market is moving strong, I would consider a long on NVIDIA. I like this 9. Now keep in mind, there is the countdown phase, and Wall Street loves their countdowns. The CMF is terrible. The MACD is terrible. If there is strength in NVIDIA tomorrow, I would consider picking up a small piece of NVIDIA. I would not actually wait until it goes all the way above the 141. I would probably do it, assuming there's no gaps. I got to try and remember to look at this tomorrow and Monday. My stop loss. I got to do that webinar on entries, exits, and stop losses. The low of this candle is 137.57. My stop loss would be 137.45 or 47. It would be in that vicinity. My stop loss would be just below 137.50. The question is, where's my entry? It really depends how we open tomorrow, because I don't know how we're going to open tomorrow. I would say my entry is above 140. As high as 140.40, as low as 140 like 11. Somewhere near the top of this body is my entry, and that's my stop loss. Now, if I'm only willing to lose $100 in this trade, I would calculate the difference between this and this, say it's $3. And if I'm $3 on a stock, if the you can also use percentages, but if I'm only willing to risk $100 of my trading portfolio on this trade, that means I can only trade 33 shares, because 33 shares falling by $3 is $100. That would be my risk. I don't know what my reward is. My reward is a Lambo. Like that's what I always say. People are like, oh, what about risk reward? No such thing as risk reward, because you don't know what the reward is. My reward's Lambo. I want NVIDIA to cure cancer. I know they don't do that, but that's what I want to happen, right? When I buy the stock. So realistically, where do I take my profit? On a 9, or when I don't like to trade anymore. Take it day by day. I don't know. I don't have a target. My target is infinity. But I like this situation. I got to get that notification service on TD9s as well for people that want. That would be a paid service, of course. The notification on sequential. Hey, Carol. I don't know what FATF is or means, so I know nothing about that. Thank you for your donation, but I can't answer your question because I have no idea what that is. Someone is asking me, so buy NVIDIA. Clearly, you didn't listen to anything I said. I presented the risk on a trade if I am to buy NVIDIA tomorrow. You can do whatever you like. I am not in charge of your portfolio. Ford, Nope, not interesting. Tilray. Would have been interesting if there was strength today, but there wasn't, right? See, this is the difference. It's the same thing. I don't remember what I said about Tilray yesterday, but hindsight should be the same as foresight for me because I'm a disciplined trader. Because of the shape of the candle, I would have been watching this for a buying opportunity, but this is the type of candle that would not have allowed me to buy Tilray. I would have needed it to show me strength in a positive candle. Now I believe it's going lower and maybe significantly lower. It only has one last chance, and that is a lot of strength tomorrow. I'm okay buying the candle after the 9, but that's as far as it goes. You are now on a red 2 sequential of 13, following a 9, and you're under the 9. This is no longer a buying opportunity. And while yesterday, during the trading day, I would have been looking at a potential buying opportunity in Tilray, even though I don't care about this stock. I think it's a marijuana stock. I would have been looking for a buying opportunity, but the way the day ended and the way the following day started, the buying opportunity never actually presented itself. So there's no way I would be buying this at the moment. So sometimes this 9 is a reversal, and sometimes this 9 is totally meaningless. And you have to identify that as soon as possible. This would have been beautiful if this was a 9 candle. Would have been absolutely perfect trade to buy as the current candle was trading above it, but it wasn't a 9. And this is what I mean about perfect trades. See, some of you will say, hey, this is a reversal hammer candle, but why didn't you take the trade? Well, it wasn't a 9. And you can say, well, you can wait forever. And the question is, yes, I could wait forever on GE, but there's 3,000 other assets. And there is always something with a hammer and a 9 buy or a 13. Same opportunity missed right here. That's another reversal candle. Like the current candle in GE is no different. This is what I teach in my workshops. This is a buying opportunity if you trade candles. No different than this. Beautiful trade to the upside. What percentage was that? You buy it on this candle. You buy it at $9, went all the way, but that's an earnings, right? So you got to get out before earnings. So went from 9 to 975. So that's almost 10%. Almost 10%. That's a good trade in a week and a half. Good trade. So same opportunity here, but I wouldn't be in this trade. I'd wait for a better setup. Again, here's a 9. Would have loved to buy it above that 9 the following candle. That didn't happen. And now we're accelerating to the downside. And whatever company this is not looking good. I would short it if it wasn't a $16 stock and I wasn't trading in my retirement account. I can always buy a put on this here to profit from, but I don't like shorting stocks under $20. Just not something I do. Okay, hey Jim, I see your question. Let me go through the stocks and then I'll answer it. Thank you for your donation, by the way. Lyft, I really want to look at Lyft here. Lyft is now stuck. It's on a red 2. It's stuck at this red line. I'm waiting for Lyft to give me a perfect buying opportunity below $40. Uber's not doing much. Zoom, the fake Zoom is not doing much. The real Zoom, price flip, but not after a 9, so it doesn't matter. Let's see how Novogratz is doing. Not interesting. What the hell is pins? Oh, Pinterest. Not interesting. All right, let's go back to Bitcoin. Let me take a look at Jim's question. Tone, you're giving me hope. Sold? Wow, really? Do you really want to say how many Bitcoin you sold? But everybody can see the live chat. Sold a bunch of Bitcoins at 4,800. The day ran up to 5,100 and pulled back. Okay. When it ran away from me, I thought I was screwed. Now hopeful I'll be able to re-enter at close to the same levels. Let's go pullback. Look, I hope you could re-enter at a better price, but as you know, the markets are unpredictable. But yes, now I'm hoping that the Bitcoin you sold at 4,800, you bought at a lower level, so you were able to wait. I got my cord stuck here a little bit. Hold on. There we go. So I'm hoping that the Bitcoin you sold in that $4,800 to $5,100 vicinity was something you bought down at the 3,000 something level or 4,000 level. You're in the same boat as me, right? Looks like you did exactly the same thing I did. And because I too bought my Bitcoin right here at about 4,100, and I sold them up here at about 51, 5,200. Not as many as you, of course, but a little bit. And I was waiting for a pullback from 5,100. In fact, I shorted at 5,400, looking for a pullback to 4 in order to buy back in. Or if it would have kept going down, bought back in sub 3,000. That pullback didn't come. So what I've done since then in preparing for that pullback, I sold at 7,000 because I had already sold my trading position. The only Bitcoin I had to sell at 7,000 was my long-term HODL. And I was going to sell another little piece of my long-term HODL at 9,000 in order to rebuy them at lower levels. I didn't get a chance to do that, and I may not get a chance to do that still, right? But I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay holding my Bitcoin to infinity. That's fine. Let's look at Bitcoin is dropping. Wow, look at that. That's not good. Oh, it depends, right? If you're Jim, it's good because hopefully I want you to buy your Bitcoin, sub 4,800. Like I want people to make money. I want people and their trades to make money. Here is the hourly chart. The hourly chart is breaking yet another support point. This drop is happening on pretty low volume, so I don't know what that means really. And we're just watching it, I know, like I said, I didn't get a chance to short above 9,000. I was going to do it next week, but I wasn't given the opportunity. 1,700 live viewers, great. Hey, Sand Snake, thank you for your comment. Appreciate the donation too. Oh, the 3-day. Yeah, I haven't looked at the 3-day in a while. Let's look at the 3-day. I guess I'll look at the 1-day and I'll turn that into a 3-day. That's probably the best move. 3-day. A lot of people like the 3-day chart. Yeah, so the 3-day chart gave you a 9, wasn't at the high. It was, the prior candle. So I don't know what day we are in this candle. Oh, yes, I do. So this is the 25th. So this is the third day of this candle. So this is the last and final day of the current candle. Yeah, the 3-day chart did call a 9 up there. A nice buying opportunity here, and the combo 13 there was a nice 9. Yeah, this was a good spot. Yeah, 3-day chart looks pretty cool. When DV carnivore dinner? What's DV? I don't know what DV means. Let me see. I texted the link to Leah and Tyler, but it looks like they haven't seen my Telegram message. So probably busy talking to clients. They actually manage money. I don't manage money. I just manage my own money. Yeah, again, it's a little disappointing to me as a trader that I didn't get my perfect trade next week. But I also talk about all this shit live, so I don't know. Does it influence the market? I don't think so. But I have a lot of viewers, you know. All those people that claim how good they are and how much I suck, none of them have anywhere near the views that I get. So gotta count for something, right? Hey, Arthur. Thanks for letting me stay at your place when I was in London. Appreciate it. Tone, do you think Bitrefill shares being listed on Bank to the Future are a good investment? I cannot comment on that. All I can say is I like Bitrefill. I like the people at Bitrefill. I'm a huge fan of John Carvalho, Bitcoin Eralog. The guy's great. And I support the company. Am I going to invest in them? No, but I don't really invest in companies. I just trade based on TA. Arjun, thank you for your little donation. Much appreciated. Thank you for your comment too. Tone. It's hard for me to spot your questions if they don't come with a tip, guys. It's just very difficult. There's too much. Tone, can't this uptrend in Bitcoin be the equivalent of the week of April 7th, 2014 to June 14th, 2014? I don't know. Let's go and take a look. So we are talking April 2014 to June. Probably here, right? No, here. That's March. April 7th. Yes, I've talked about this. I believe that this could easily be this situation. But the moving averages do paint a slightly different picture, right? When this happened, we bounced off the 50 and got rejected by the 30. The moving averages do not paint the same picture. As you can see, the moving averages look very different. The moving averages paint the picture that we are more in this area here of late 2015 as opposed to early 2014. Is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? No. I think the more likely situation is either this situation. No, but these were completely under the moving averages. It's basically this, but you can't rule any of these out, okay? I have to do more like a gold comparison, not that Bitcoin is like gold, but from like a chart and psychology of trading perspective. No, I don't look at Ethereum. I don't even know that it's dumping. Is this Ethereum? But is it dumping against Bitcoin? See, and against Bitcoin, it's not really dumping. So obviously Ethereum is dumping because Bitcoin is dumping. When DC workshop or dinner? I'm planning to come to visit Leah next time I'm in the US. So there'll be a dinner in DC soon. Let me get this 3-day chart back to the daily chart before I confuse myself in the future. There we go. Let's go back to the oh, whoa. And whoa. Yeah. Well, look, trading is about price and time. I know I may sound like a broken record waiting for the current top to be bull trap to be 5,100, then 6,400, then 7,000, or like 7,100, then and then 9,000. I wasn't really that high on 8,400 being the top. I had strategic metrics for the other tops, but 8,400, while it was a top on a daily, we fell too fast and went back up. So yeah, 8,400 could have also been a top. I know I sound like a broken record, calling tops every $1,000, but that's because we're on an unprecedented run that needs a pullback. And has the pullback started? With every tick down, it starts to look more and more likely that the pullback has started. Now, I need this pullback not to be a one-day pullback, right? Wait. I started talking about time and price, right? So I look at time and I look at price. My perfect trades are both price and time. My perfect short was in the $9,000 to $9,500 range. I hit my price target for the perfect short. The problem was my time target was next week, not this week. So I missed the trade. I also needed it to be, more orderly so that I have time to set the trade up. And I didn't do that because I was going to try to set it up next week. And I would need to be in front of my computer. And I would need, a little bit of time to set it up. So the chances of me actually taking that trade were going to be small. It had to be perfect, and I had to be available. But that's me, Hey, thanks, Bitcoin Motorist, for the audio video update. That everything sounds good. How do you watch for a bottom of a drop like this? Any indicators, or do you never catch falling knives? But if you do, yeah, of course I try to catch falling knives if they are perfect time and price. So if I want to catch a falling knife right now, I would potentially look at a 1-hour chart. Though the 1-hour chart isn't great, I would wait for a 9. And right now we're on a 6. So maybe 3 hours from now. If I drop this to a 10-minute chart, okay, there was a 9, but there was no indication that it's the bottom. Now I am looking at the countdown phase. I will wait for a 13 or another 9 and then see if I can catch that knife, but I wouldn't do it in a big drop market like that, okay? So I wouldn't touch the 10-minute chart. Now, if you look at the 4-hour chart, you just started going down with a red 2 going below a red 1. If you look at the 12-hour chart, you're only on a 5 of 9. If you look at the daily chart, you're on a price flip. So the problem with catching a falling knife is that it's too early to try and catch it. You may have to wait a few weeks, okay? So like I said, when do you try to catch a falling knife? When the situation calls for it. If I was, what was the stock? GE, I think. Was it GE? Yeah, GE, right? When would I try to catch a falling knife? Well, if this 7 candle was a 9 candle, that's when I would be trying to catch a falling knife after GE had fallen from, from 1137 at the high down to 882. So that's like what? 20%, 30%, something like that, right? That's when I would try to catch the falling knife on a daily scale, okay? Or if this was a 9 candle yesterday, that would be another consideration. But we're in a bear market now. We weren't in as much of a bear market back on April 15th. Let me double check on that statement. Right, April 15th, we were in a bull market. So I would have been way more likely to try and catch GE in April than I am right now. That's the big difference, right? If you're going to catch a falling knife, you want to catch it in a bull market, not in the bear market, even if it's a short-term bear. It's actually getting late here. It's almost 1 a.m. I got to be at the conference at like 8 or 9 a.m. Andreas is speaking. He's the first speaker in the morning. I'm not going to stay on too long with you guys, but I mean, we can't look away from this. Oh, it's bouncing up a little bit. You know, it depends on what kind of a trader you are, right? Like here's a 3-minute chart. Ooh, maybe you can catch a falling knife right now on a 3-minute chart, right? Why? Well, because you have a sequential 13 and next candle is a 9 candle. So trying to catch a falling knife right now, like this second, on a 3-minute time frame, you know, is doable. But here's your problem. Where's your stop loss, right? Like, let's say you go in right now, long. We're long right now. This is what I teach. I'm long right now. I have a 9. I'm long as of that line. I just went in long. Okay. Where's my stop loss? Stop loss is right here. So that's an attempt of a knife catch. Okay. I went long right there. How much am I risking? I went long at 81, 23.90. Let's say 81.25, right? Let's say I went long at 81.25. What's my stop loss? 79.90. Okay. So, I mean, I wouldn't do this, just an example. So how much risk is that? It's $35 worth of risk. So now my question becomes this: how much money am I willing to lose? Okay. If I'm only willing to lose $35, then I'm buying 1 Bitcoin with no leverage. And then if it goes down to 79.90, I get out of the trade and I lost $35. Okay. If I'm willing to risk $70, right, I can still buy 1 Bitcoin at 2x leverage. So now I still risk I buy 1 Bitcoin at 2x leverage. And now if it falls to 79.90, the price of 1 Bitcoin, I lose $70 instead of losing $35 because I was in for 2x leverage. Okay. Or instead of buying 1 Bitcoin at 2x leverage, you can just buy 2 Bitcoins with no leverage. But now you need more capital to do that, right? To buy 2 Bitcoin. So now, because I'm risking $35, if Bitcoin goes up $35, I will raise my stop loss to break even. Because I don't want to lose money on a trade if my trade has made me more money than I was risking. That's my entries, exits, and stop losses. I mean, hey, maybe I just gave away a 4-hour webinar for free, you know, by saying what I just said, right? But this is the kind of stuff I'm going to be teaching in the 3 to 4 hour webinar on entries, exits, and stop losses. Though actually, this is more money management. So maybe I'll do this in my money management webinar, okay? But the reason why I took this trade was because I saw the sequential 13, I saw the 9, and I trust the sequential, okay? Now let's see, if I got in at 81.25, I need the price to go up $75, okay? So not $75, sorry, $35, because that's what I'm risking. So what is, oh, I'm sorry, that I didn't do my math right. That's not $35. That's $135. My bad. It's $135 worth of risk, not $35. I can't add. It is 1 in the morning here, guys. So give me a little bit of a break here. So I'm risking $135, right? So now I need price to go up approximately $135, right, in order for me to raise my stop loss. Now, I'll be with you for another 2 minutes, and let's see how this candle finishes up. Funny comment, Baba, but I can't read it out loud. Okay, so 8-1. So I need the price of Bitcoin to go up to 8,260. We're almost there. We're not there yet, but we're almost there. I need it to go up to 8,260, and then I can raise my stop loss. Or I need this candle to end. Almost there. Got to 8,250. So we're close, and there's 52 seconds left. And I'll end it here. There's a little preview of entries, exits, and stop losses webinar that I'm going to do. It'll probably cost 0.05 Bitcoin like the others. All right, new high, 82.51, 75. Good sign. 12 seconds to go. So I'm going to say, so on this trade, when do you take profit? Maybe never. What if it goes up to the moon? I don't know where I'm going to take profit. All I know is what my risk is. And right now, the candle has ended. We are not yet at 82.60, but a full candle has completed. And I'm in decent profit right now. There it is. There it is. We broke. I have now gained more than I risked. I will raise my stop loss to above my entry. In fact, I will actually raise my stop loss to below the last candle right there. Now I pray that I don't get stopped out. Now I pray that we go up. So the question is, where do I take profit? I will keep raising my stop loss manually as I continue profiting from this trade. Or I take my profit anytime I like, or ideally, I take my profit on a TD9 sell. Okay? Again, those that attended my webinars have seen this because this is what we do at the end of my workshops and soon to be in webinars. Okay, so I'll wait with you guys for like another candle. The point, the way I trade, you don't have to trade like I trade. The way I trade or used to trade is I need to make sure I have a perfect entry. And when you have a perfect entry, you should immediately be in a profitable trade. Once you're in a profitable trade, I just keep raising my stop loss until it gets hit. And then I call it a day. So the candle's almost over. I'm going to wait 40 more seconds. And this is also why I'm, got tired of trading. I mean, it's boring. Like, I don't find this exciting to sit there and count ticks. I used to find it very exciting, but now I enjoy public speaking. Now, remember, this is a short-term trade long to show you an example of how to properly catch a falling knife. Now, I still think this thing will probably go down. So I am happy to keep these stop losses very tight. Now, the moment this candle ends, I'm raising the stop loss to one more tick, and the stop loss gets raised. It's going to get raised right there. Either here or maybe a little lower. I want to give it a little wiggle room right there. That's my stop loss. I don't trust this bullish rally. I don't believe this is going to make it to a green 9. If it makes it to a green 9, I'll take the profit off the green 9. I don't believe that it will. And I am now out of this trade because now I think this thing is about to go down and go down hard because I don't think it's over. The reason I took this trade on a 3-minute time frame, and I'm not going to risk it. This has just been a profitable trade on a 3-minute time frame, a scalp, as people like to call it. And because if you look at the larger time frames, they are bearish. Okay, this was just one candle. Okay, the 10-minute still bearish. The 4-hour still bearish. They're all bearish. The trend is currently down in the intermediate time frames. So that was an example of a profitable trade on a 3-minute as a knife catch. And right now, I wouldn't want to be long because this is not a good opportunity to go long right now on any time frame, but it can be done as long as you have proper risk management and you understand entries, exits, and stop losses. Okay. All right, guys. I think that was a good example to kind of get. Oh wow, 2,400 viewers. Beautiful. Thank you, guys. Please check out and join Jimmy and I at the Carnivory Dinner in Amsterdam. That will take place Saturday, June 8th. It's about 200 US. Dinner is going to be excellent. I just sent Jimmy the menu, and we have a custom menu from the restaurant. And Jimmy is like, oh, that's perfect. And if Jimmy thinks it's perfect, you know you guys are going to enjoy it. Great networking event. We're keeping it small, 15 or 20 people. I got to check out the maximum capacity. And I think they've given us a side room. I got to double check on that. So please check that out. You can see my calendar. You can see where I'm traveling to next. Right now, I'm in Bulgaria. It's 1 a.m., almost 1 a.m., 1:45 here. Andreas speaks at 9 a.m. I'm moderating at 10 a.m. Time to get some rest. Please check out the affiliates if you want to support my work and this free YouTube channel. And I think tomorrow is the last day to register for the blockchain cruise. That's happening in about a week. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck trading out there. Trading is not easy, as you all know. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.